Ndị be anyị ekeneni m unu ọzọ n'ụbọchị nke taata. Asịrị m unu ka ọ dịrị anyị na mma. Asị m na ihe adị ka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Ndị ga-esi na-esonyela ihe a bụ Igbo Media, bụ ebe anyị si wee na-ewetara unu ya bụ ngalaba ozi a dị nnukwu mkpa. Anyị si ka anyị gosi unu gbasata maka ihe na-eme na Igbo community and obodo anụ anyị nọ n'ime ya. Dịka o si dị, ọ bụ na nke a bụ mbọsị izizi ị na-ezite chanel anyị bụ Igbo Media, gbaa mbọ rinne ka ị sọskraịbụ and share ya ka o rute ndị ọzọ aka. Maka na infọmeshọn anyị na-enye unu bụ ihe unu ga-ama gbasata maka ihe na-eme n'obodo a, anụkwunu mara ka unu si akwado na ya bụ ife bụ ya ka anyị si ka anyị drọpụ ọrụ bifo anyị gosi unu ihe anyị ji maka ya wee bịa. Ị ga-esi ya bụ ife anyị ji maka ya wee bịa, ị drọpụrụ anyị alụ gị ife iche gbasata maka ya bụ ife ndị niile ekwu n'iru akwụkwọ. Alright, over to you, sir.
A northerner naming any of his child Okeke Okafor. I have never seen it. I have never seen it. We are everywhere in this country. Come to Enugu, you will not see one property owned by anybody outside Igbo land. You will not see. Go to Port Harcourt where they milk the oil. You will not see any investment. That is not love. If there is no love, there will not be a nation. People have to show love before you can have nationhood. That is the suspicion, and I refer it again to situational politics. When it is convenient, then we are Nigerians. If it's not convenient, we start looking for alternatives.
All right. Now, these issues are issues that need to be taken care of very, very carefully. I'm wondering if Nnamdi Kanu's release is affected now, like you are advocating for, like a lot of people have been advocating for. Outside of the court case, maybe the government files a nolle prosequi or whatever solution is found to the issues that we're talking about here. What does the country really stand to gain from this, if that is the case?
You know, what I'm praying for, let the Southeast not escalate like the Northeast and Northwest and part of North Central, because that will be the end of the news. And you know, when Igbo start a problem, they see it to the end. I mean, the Civil War was the reference point. Once you push them to the wall, they don't care. If you have 1 million people in front of them, they don't care. Especially when they are convinced that they have done nothing wrong. So if the person being demonized because of sports, bring me out the hope, lost the hope or the courage to encourage that process.
But Chief ULASI, let me interrupt you, because when I listen to this kind of assertions, this kind of when I have this kind of discussions, I want to ask: are there any moves using back channels to push this argument forward with government?
Well, you know, I cannot publicly make that kind of discussion because it's not diplomatically convenient. But whether something is going on, at least on my own part and a few other people. We are trying to, you know, impress on government that this chap will help them a lot better than they are demonizing him. This is not the government that demonized him. We knew why Buhari did what he did. He didn't start today. From the coup of 1983, the same problem. And you start to ask yourself, why this hatred? We had a coup in 1983. Shehu Shagari was put in a guest house. Ekwueme was put at Kirikiri prison. And he was vice president. And he made a broadcast that Ekwueme was involved in every business MPN did. Only General Ibrahim Babangida had to change that when he took over power. It wasn't true. So I don't know why the man, Muhammad Buhari, you know, it's difficult for me to use the word hate, but that all he has exemplified in all his government. 8 years, there was not a single person from the Southeast in the villa. That's the seat of government. Not a single person. And he even started again with this government. Not a single person in the villa. That is where decisions are made, not in the ministries. You are told what to do from the villa. So what I'm saying is that we should stop situational politics and have a serious engagement control of the bandits. Taxes are being paid to them. We have a federal government, we have a state government. What are they doing? The same thing is happening in Borno with Boko Haram. So the problems are so hydra-headed that you don't see whether anybody is thinking, like we're now discussing about Nnamdi Kanu. What is the origin of these bandits? Did they just fall from heaven? Is there any request they are making that we can discuss as Nigerians? These are my worries, that we cannot afford just to take things for granted and believe that weapons don't solve any problem, especially in one country. It doesn't. It didn't solve the Civil War. Everything that happened 60 years ago are playing out again in every part of this country. That is why there is need for people to sit. When you ask people to sit down, they think it's secession. That is mental retardedness. It is not. I want to know what your problems are. I'll tell you what my problems are. We will have a common point.
And we iron them out.
And we iron them out.
Okay, Chief ULASI, let's leave Nnamdi Kanu and all of the issues around Yoruba Nation and all of those issues. Let's leave them for now. And let's focus on your political party, the People's Democratic Party. You were the chairman in Anambra State, and you've been in that party since 1999. You were part of those who formed that party. And one critical thing that many political watchers have talked about is the fact that the PDP is too engrossed in its own internal squabbles to provide the kind of credible opposition they think the party should be for years. Now today the National Working Committee of your party is meeting, and there is a contestation for the seat of the chairman, who should be acting national chairman until the next party convention.
Yes.
So what
well,
are
it's
we...
not the National Working Committee. The NEC is meeting, not the National...
It's the NEC, sorry.
NEC, yes.
My mistake, actually. It's the NEC that's meeting today. And you have all the stakeholders, the governors, Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, Atiku Abubakar, the former vice president and former presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, as well as others, lawmakers on one side. Everybody is just seeking to decide who gets to run the affairs of the party before the national convention. Article 47, I think subsection 6 of our party constitution, says that if Kunle, you were the chairman and for one reason or the other, you left office not having completed your term, that somebody else from your zone will have to come to complete it. I had wanted, most governors had asked me to come out to run for national chairmanship. I thought we needed to give this party a new direction. We have lost 3 elections now, 2015, 2019, and 2023. It's no more a joking matter. And if serious leadership is not found, then we have a problem that is going to be cancerous, become systematic, and we can't change it. But it would appear that most members of the party would want us to follow our Article 47 and then find somebody from the North Central, which unanimously I hear Suswan is being pushed forward, to complete the term of Yosha Ayo. What that will mean for the future of the party, I don't know Suswan very well, but he's a top member of our party. Whether he has got, we need somebody with a lot of courage, exemplary courage that you can use, because all political parties, they are the same. 90% of people you see in APC, they're all PDP. the immediate past national chairman of them was 8 years our governor in Nasarawa State. How about that? In fact, the only people in APC that are not PDP is the president and his chief of staff. Virtually everybody else had moved from our party, which shows you that they are not human beings. They are not politicians. I joined the QMA in 1998-99 to form this party. I have not left PDP. They have not given me any appointment, even though most strategic jobs, especially chairmanship of the screening committees in the Northeast, I have been. Doing one thing good. I don't believe that appointment is the only way you can help your party. Everybody who is a governor then in the Northeast passed through me. That's enough, advantage. But what I'm saying is that the problem
that was created during the last convention to get out a candidate. You know, it was very messy. I was the director of campaign for Atiku Abubakar, the whole of the Southeast. But before then, you know, the Southern governors, both APC, PDP, said a candidate has to come from the South. That was why I supported Mwike until he lost at the convention, and then I moved my support to Atiku Abubakar till the end, till today. And if I look at the actions of my friend Mwike, because he invited me about 2 months, a month to the election, he invited me to Port Harcourt. I spent the night. We had hours and hours of unending discussion. And it's a very courageous, I like people who are very courageous, people who have ability to take decisions, if it is positive. If you have a positive thing to do and you have courage to do that, that's good for the whole country. But as soon as he lost that nomination, you know, you can see the steps he's taking. I'm not being judgmental, but you can't eat your cake and have it. In Rivers State, he put in a government, made sure our party lost Rivers to APC. They thanked him by making him a minister. He's almost created a governorship in Abuja. And then all his legislators in Rivers moved over to APC. So what is he telling us? To believe that the legislators he put in Rivers who have joined APC, and he's working in an APC government, was he still looking for in PDP? If not just to destroy the party. That is where I have serious disagreement with him. Because if he had remained outside the government and is fighting for whatever differences he thought he had in PDP, then we see him as being honest. But you cannot enjoy the privileges of APC. Your members in Rivers have joined APC, and you want me to believe that you're joining PDP. It's not proper. Today, our party will take a decision, and majority, whomsoever the governors and the leadership, especially the stakeholders support, will emerge as chairman, certainly not demagogue. It will not happen.
Okay, now you've talked about in Nyesom Wike, a group of 60 PDP federal lawmakers are also saying that no, it shouldn't be allowed to, that they will quit. Now, let me put it this way, that these 60 PDP lawmakers say they will quit the party if certain actions that were taken in the River State PDP or if the doctored list of caretaker committees in River State and 10 other states filled by members of and loyalists of the APC are not reversed. And all of these sound like the internal politics of Nyesom Wike that you've talked about. Now, in some quarters, there has been also talk that all of this constitutes anti-party activities. And they're asking the party to take action against Nyesom Wike. You've talked almost in the same direction now. Is that what you're asking for too?
But you know, he's gotten certain court orders stopping the party from sacking him. We would have taken action against him a long time ago, but there are court orders here and there. You know, the rascality of Nigerian judiciary is playing out. You go to one state, they give you an order, cash kunle or cash down or last. You go to another one, you say, no, catch this person. Look at what is happening with the chairmanship, national chairmanship of APC. This is a government in power. Do you think people will have hope in what they are doing? So what I'm saying is that the members, I was with about 30 of them last night. I didn't go to bed until about 3 a.m. Had serious. If they make a mistake today, I will resign tomorrow from PDP. This is not the party Alex Ekweme, Atiku and others formed. A lot of, you know, youthful exuberance, which are called stupid youthful exuberance. People wanting to be leaders when you haven't shown any example of that leadership. If these kind of comments Wike makes occasionally, you know, it's an unmitigated disaster. That's not how a presidential candidate speaks. Somebody who is looking for the office of the country, the highest office in the land, and you just open your mouth. Look at his greatest crime is to publicly insult the father of politics in Rivers State, in the person of Dr. Peter Odele. A man he calls his father, his mentor, his everything. And because of developments with his, the person he put in as governor, and he refers to Odele, that man, and to his wife, a retired Supreme Court judge, that woman, and he's still in government. Nobody's talking about it. I regard him now as highly responsible. Unfortunately, if you look at somebody like Dr. Tito Dili and you call him that man, and a retired Supreme Court judge, his wife, and you say that woman, and government is not saying anything, that's very unfortunate. That's not the character of somebody who's looking for the highest office in the land. So all he's doing is either he has decided to permanently stay in APC, which he hasn't done so far, or to destroy PDP with a view to achieving whatever. Because I know he's very ambitious. It will not be long before Tinubu discovers him. He's very ambitious. If he succeeds in putting Damago there, he will resign from government to start preparing for 2027. I know him. He has a lot of money to spend about. He has more than enough to play about with. How they make the money, I don't know. So we will not allow him to destroy PDP. And I know majority of our people who are coming for next meeting today will not allow him to destroy PDP. If he's dissatisfied with what has happened, he has an option. And that option, he's already in the option. He's a minister in the government of Tinubu, so he's not just wandering about with nothing, doing nothing. He already has a second option, which he worked for. And they repaid him with what he did in Rivers, you know.
Okay, just before we go take our social media, or should I say Kakaki socials now, I just want to ask you something very quickly. There's been so much talk, a lot of applause for Air Peace, bringing down the cost of the Lagos-London route. The fares have been crazy had been crazy until Air Peace came on. And I read something written by a development banker about 2 days ago talking about the Jeddah-Kano route that she flew on with some very senior elder statesmen in Nigeria. What's your standpoint? What's your position concerning Air Peace and all the noise that's going on about an international airline conspiracy to knock Air Peace out of business?
I knew you were going to ask this question. That's
You knew?
Yes, I anticipated that you would ask it. That's why I used the word situational politics. It summarizes the Nigerian problem.
Okay.
If you are not able to open your mind. This is a man, when we had problem in Ukraine, he went to Ukraine to bring back Nigerians. He didn't bring back Igbos or Yorubas or Hausa. He brought back Nigerians. And there were other places Nigeria had problem. And he brought them back free of charge. And this is the first time an indigenous airline is going to London. If we had a government that is talking about productivity...
I think Bellevue did go do the London route too.
Sorry?
Bellevue did the London route years back.
Well, and then it's just, I think that one was just kind of whether they were serious and what they did, because they had not saturated their local environment, and you jumped into... Air Peace has saturated the local and West African environment. You can go to everywhere in West Africa today using Air Peace. So they are at peace with Nigeria and West Africa. Now they have gone to London. What you would have expected a good government to do is to instruct that all civil servants going to London must use Air Peace. That reduces our forex expenditure.
Chief ULASI, hasn't government shown its commitment enough? The Minister of Aviation was on that inaugural flight, and he's been seen to be solidly behind the Air Peace.
Didn't you read the chairman of Air Peace, what he said? When they came down where they wanted him to park, a lot of funny things were happening with the federal FAN of Nigeria. Wasn't the minister there? Has he said anything? Minister, as it were, he was compelled to be on that flight. There was nothing else he would have done. That a successful Nigerian airline is going to London, and he had to join. But when they came back, I mean, it's common to you people in the press, how they messed Air Peace around. And the chairman was complaining. What happened to him? I would have expected the president of this country, if we are not involved in situational politics, to have come out publicly to say, all public civil servants going to London, until further notice, must go with Air Peace. That saves us foreign exchange, saves us a lot of things. Okay. But because we are what we are, we pray that God will have a second look at this country.
Amen. Thank you very much, Chief ULASI.
My pleasure.
I've been speaking with Chief Dan ULASI, former chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Anambra State, and of course, a political analyst. He's been talking to me about the next meeting of the People's Democratic Party that will hold today, talking about Nnamdi Kanu's case, and of course, it's chipped in something about Air Peace and its quest to stay on the international routes. Thank you very much, Chief ULASI, and
My pleasure.
hope to see you again very soon, sometime very soon. All right, done with Chief ULASI now. Time.
What about Slainol? Ibablo Senate President, Ibablo Vice President, nothing. And the new Yindini Megasquano, Umuna is open our famba. Mako kive a make it this year, Adrozi Asimo Guinea Mezi or the Carlo. Aratos the email. Negodin Kobodo City. Key marriage did one night workable mazin.